NCCU?
Well, during preseason, the young women have worked extremely hard to get themselves in shape and become as strong as necessary to get through what is a grueling season ahead of us. But we're really excited about the potential that lies within the 11 new and 2 returnees that come back for NCCU women's basketball this year. So definitely, we're excited about the season.
All right, we'll open up the floor for questions.
Coach, this is your second season, obviously. But when you look on paper here, with just 2 young ladies returning, you gotta feel like this is my first season all over again, by everything being so new.
Well, I guess, it's new for the young women, but every team is different every year for a coach. So regardless of whether I have 11 new or 11 returning, they're not the same player. The goal is just to make sure that the experience that they have throughout the year challenges them to make sure that they become better young women, better students, better athletes. And I think our young women are working hard towards that daily. And I think they'll do some great things this year.
Do you subscribe to that philosophy where, it takes at least a year for your players to know you, to learn the offense, and then that next year, things will really take off for the program?
Well, realistically, it does take time for students to learn the system, but we're very impatient when it comes to putting things together and winning and losing. So every day, because the way that we work, how hard they work, just the commitments that they made to the university, the excitement about the opportunity that lies in front of us. We're not waiting. We're just going to go out this year and play as hard as we can every game that we play.
Is it too soon for you to give us your first 5, your starting 5?
Definitely. We're still working. Chemistry is still developing. Certainly we have some students that have collegiate experience on the floor, and then you have other students that this will be their first year playing college ball. So, they're duking it out every day in practice and competing.
Do you have a bunch of athletes where y'all can force the issue in the MEAC, or y'all have to kind of sit back and kind of play that thing by ear?
I think we have a very well-designed mixture with what I see coming into play will be we're developing a stronger basketball IQ as a team with having the new students and that kind of thing. But just the athleticism that we do have in some of the students that transferred in and that will be putting on that central uniform this year, I think they'll bring excitement to the floor for our alumni, for our student body, and that we'll be proud of what they're doing.
I know you said you're impatient. I don't want to rush things, but in your year here, do you feel like you've made a connection in terms of that local recruiting? Folks starting to know who Vanessa Taylor is, and I'm sure they know Ronnie Enoch. But do they know this might be a good place for me as a young lady who wants to play basketball on the college level?
Honestly, I think it's about getting to know NCCU and what it offers. Certainly I am the head coach here now, and I've had the opportunity to connect with a lot of local high school coaches, and they've been very receptive. We have quite a few local high school coaches that are actually alumni, like down the road at Hillside, over at Southern Durham, even over at Chapel Hill as an assistant. We have a Central alum who's assisting on that particular bench. And so with those kind of connections out there, with people being excited about the new vision for the program, they've been open to looking to see. And so we have let our young women know that it's all eyes on you. You set the stage for what comes next. And certainly they're building what I think to be a very good foundation.
Do you mind singling out a few names as far as young ladies who you really think might come in right away and have an impact for us?
Well, we have a couple I think will be able to be an impact very early on. One would be Jessica Freeman, who's a graduate student, has played 3 years at UNC Wilmington, was able to put up good numbers there, show some leadership. And one of those years she was able to play for Cynthia Cooper, who is a tremendous competitor and an awesome coach as well. And so certainly I know Jessica will bring that competitive drive along with her game to the hardwood this floor. And then you have transfers coming in this year that I think would be exciting to watch. Will be Raquel Davis, who's very athletic on the inside, actually journeyed down the road with me from Johnson C. Smith University and came over, sat her year residency last year and is excited about hitting the floor, as well as Khyra Conerly, who transferred in from Northern Arizona. and so is chomping at the bits, I think, with Khyra's explosiveness on the perimeter, off the bounce, and just her defensive tenacity that it allows us to play and be tenacious on the floor. But I can't overlook, the two returnees that we have coming back. Tish Dixon, who was on the MEAC All-Rookie team last year, did a great job. She actually led our team last year in free throw attempts. She got to the line last year, so she's worked over the summer and the beginning of the year to improve that percentage to be able to take advantage of that going into this year. But I think with the number of minutes she played last year, she'll definitely capitalize on that coming into this season, as well as Tiffany Gary, who is our lone senior, graduating this year, and she this year will put a stamp on her NCCU legacy, being our lone senior.
Have you found Gary and Dixon, have you found them taking that leadership role as young ladies who've been here and showing these newcomers this is what Coach Taylor expects?
Well, within this particular group, we've identified a leadership core, and those two individuals are a part of that particular core that we have to lead this particular team.
Practice is going pretty well. We keep improving each day. We're still bringing energy. We're pretty consistent on that end, and we're just overall trying to get better as a team. As far as the season, I feel like we're going to turn some heads this season. We're going to do some things differently. It won't be a 2-game season like last year, but I feel like it's going to be a lot more improvements, and I feel like we're really going to have a winning season.
Let's start right there. How can you be so confident right out the gate that it's going to be more than 2 wins?
Well, I'm confident in my coaches. I'm confident in my teammates and the program. So I feel like it's just a whole new turnaround. It's a whole new team. We're bringing back 2 people, and everybody is buying into the system. So with that, you only can be successful.
Played at UNC Wilmington. What led you from the coast to the Triangle area?
Actually, the coaches. I've known them since I was in high school, my first year in high school. So I have a pretty good relationship with them, and I knew I could really trust them, and they had my best interests at hand.
You played 4 years at UNCW?
I played 3 because I had tore my ACL first year.
Okay. So, you come from a high level type of basketball. Have you felt that translate in practice, that it's the same caliber that what Coach Taylor has assembled here?
Yeah, I feel like I'm making my team better as well, and that's what they look for from me. They need high caliber players, and I feel like I bring that to the program, and it's only going to make our freshmen, sophomore, and everyone else better.
Do you kind of see yourself as that senior like Tiffany Gary, as that mothering old lady type of
That's funny because they do call me the grandma sometimes. So I do agree with that. They do look up to me and ask me suggestions on what they should do in certain situations. So I take that as a responsibility.
I think redshirting last year was one of the hardest things because it's like watching something you can't help. You can't do anything but practice with them, and you can only do so much. And in practice, we've been going hard, going at each other, competing, making each other better, and this is going to be a big turnaround from last year.
So it's easy to say you're super excited.
Yes, I'm excited, anxious, just shaking right now. I'm ready to play. Yeah.
What was the difference last year's practices versus this year's?
I'm gonna say for the most part, the numbers, we're deeper in people. So last year we were limited in things we can do because of either we don't have that many players or the personnel. And this year we just have more numbers, we can do more things and just work with different things.
Are you confident your teammate is going to be more than 2 wins?
Yes. Oh yeah. I'm more than confident.
I mean, considering where y'all came from last year, you're that certain.
Yeah, I'm certain.
All right, I couldn't get this from Coach Taylor earlier, so I'm gonna see if I can get it from you. Are y'all at least a 500 basketball team, winning at least half of your game?
Yes, I think so.
Can we get more than half?
Yes, we can.
Can we win the MEAC?
I think we can.
Can we win the national championship?
We gonna see.
But I mean, your expectations.
We're working at it. Yeah.
You think you guys have a shot at that title?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Definitely.
For you, what are you most excited about playing here at North Carolina Central this year?
I think the school spirit here is better than where I came from. just the atmosphere altogether, and then playing for different coaches. I think the coaching staff this year is a much better fit for me as a player. So,
how do you feel like, have you been sort of, because you've been here with the newcomers, have you been kind of helping them kind of learn Coach Taylor's system?
yes, of course, because they're young, so I think they come to me a lot because I had to go through her last year, and I know it was rough, me coming in, so I had to go to other people, so now they're coming to me.
Other than yourself, who can fans look forward to seeing out on the floor making some plays?
My teammate Jessica, her and Tiffany, everybody has their own thing that they bring to the table. So all around, I think the whole team.
So would you see? I guess it's easy to say the whole team is pretty excited to see what can happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I am curious, what you from Northern Arizona is where you came from, and I guess similar to what I asked Jessica, you know, how do you find out about Central and it makes you want to travel that long distance? You know, because I mean, it's not say a known program like a UNC or a Chapel Hill. So what made you want to come here to play basketball?
Well, my situation was kind of different because when I got released, I was kind of late in the recruiting process. So I was trying to find schools to go to, and I happened to have a connection that knew Coach Taylor, so it kind of helped me out.